Hey Sugar, welcome to my One Cake 4 format series. I'm Rox of Rockstar Bakes, and today we are going to tackle a black chocolate cake recipe. This recipe is awesome because it, 1, smells and tastes like Oreos, and 2, has no artificial food coloring. It's actually naturally colored with black cocoa. It is the only black chocolate cake recipe that you will need for sheet cakes, round cakes, cupcakes, and mini cupcakes. I am so excited to share this naturally colored cake with you. Take a screenshot and find a link to the ingredients that I use in the description box below. A black vanilla cake would need so much food coloring, but this is colored with black cocoa powder, so it looks and tastes great too. Make sure everything is at room temperature and line your sheets, rounds, or cupcakes. Here's a cocoa powder and black cocoa powder side by side. And here's an Oreo for comparison. Oreos are made with black cocoa powder, and that's why this cake tastes like Oreos. And now let's make this black cocoa cake recipe from scratch. Sift all of the dry ingredients and set them aside. The flour, black cocoa powder, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. This is how we're going to work out the clumps and lighten the mixture. Combine your butter and sugar for 5 minutes. It almost doubles in size and lightens a lot. Here's a tip. I'm using a hand mixer to make it easier to demonstrate the recipe, but you can definitely use a stand mixer. Just shave off 2 minutes of time in this process. Scrape down the sides. Add the eggs one at a time until just incorporated on low speed. Mine is at about speed 2. Grabbing the dry ingredients and wet ingredients, add 1/3 of the flour mixture to the batter and mix to incorporate. Add half of the liquid and mix to combine. Repeat adding alternative additions of flour and the milk until both just incorporated. If the batter curdles, then the ingredients might not be at room temperature. Time to distribute to your formats. Here's when I like to preheat the oven. For the rounds, pull the batter to the edges like this. Then spread the batter to the edges by angling the spatula. I don't butter the pan because I like for the batter to crawl up the sides. I spread the batter amongst 5 5-inch rounds, and then bang. Use any size pan you like. For this square cake, you can absolutely bake with these clips. If enough people want to see how I do this lining, I can do a demonstration in a later video, or a separate one. Let me know below. For the sheet, make kind of an X into the edges. This is so we can have sharp corners. Then spread the batter out evenly. Bang to make sure the batter is in the edges. I use a scooper to distribute the cupcakes and mini cupcakes. The size depends on preference, but I'll link those below. I love the smell of Oreos from this cake. Place it in the center of the oven and now bake. Use a toothpick to see if it's done. There should be about 5 crumbs on the toothpick. It continues to bake when it's out of the oven. Let cool completely for about 30 minutes. I love that the Oreo cake rounds come out so level. Also, look how straight the edges are when I don't butter up the pans. In the past, when I've tested with butter in the pans, the top portion of the cake is always a lot smaller than the bottom. Here is a sheet cake corner, and here is the whole sheet cake. I flip the sheet cake over and decorate on the bottom because I like the extra sharp corners and extra sharp edges. The cupcakes are nice and level. The mini cupcakes are moist and bite-sized. What format are you going to bake? Based on this cupcake, you can see how fluffy all of the cakes will be. I recommend trying this recipe with my Swiss meringue buttercream or cream cheese buttercream with broken up Oreos in the filling or even strawberries. And there we have it, natural black cocoa powder cake. Baking success. If this video was helpful at all, like, share, subscribe, it definitely helps. And let me know what questions you have, what projects you'd like me to tackle in the future. In the meantime, I'd love to share, so tag me in your posts, let me know what you're up to. I hope you have a stellar week. I'll see you soon. Bye.